गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं ऐं क्लीं सौः हंसशिवसोऽहं मदगप्रेमदक्षमनुयुं हसौं सह क्षमरवीं सहोः स्वरूपनिरूपण हेतवे गुरुवे श्री अन्नपूर्णाम्बा सहित श्री अमृतानंदनाथ सरस्वती श्री गुरुद्रीपादुकां पूजयामि तर्पयामि नमः। ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं ऐं क्लीं सौः हंसशिवसोऽहं मदगप्रेमदक्षमनुयुं हसौं सह क्षमरवीं सहोः स्वरूपनिरूपण हेतवे गुरुवे श्री अन्नपूर्णाम्बा सहित श्री अमृतानंदनाथ सरस्वती श्री गुरुद्रीपादुकां पूजयामि तर्पयामि नमः। So 16 upacharas. In any puja, it starts with the sankalpa. It is a determination that I am going to this kind of puja with these parts. Panchopachara, Shodashopachara, Chatushodashopachara. I promise that as long as this puja is done, I'll focus on you and you and you. Nothing else. Ananya Chintaya. Where no other thought other than this. But please help me to have that focus on. You're also requesting, I'm not responsible for that, but I wish to have full focus. This is the feeling with which you say the sankalpa. And here I just go to the prerequisites. Normally in the Achamanam we see many people Achamanam doing in any posture, whatever they want, like this. It is okay, but if you do with a specific mudra, the energy levels will be more. And this is the Chin mudra. The water will be taken in the palm center. This is the Amrutasthana. It should flow from the Amrutasthana and touch the lower lip without touching the upper lip. Upper lip is called Uchishta, Yechai, Yengiri. The lower lip is called Amruta. So basically we are turning the water into an Amruta by the mudra, by the touch of the lower lip, and then offering not to Subbarao or Asha or Ravindra or Sudarsana, no. Kesavaya Swaha, Narayanaya Swaha, Madhavaya Swaha. Keshava, Narayana, Madhava, you are inside. Drink. He is drinking, not me. Swaha is taking. Okay, it's all done. Then what about outside? Govindaya Namaha. They are offering to the Vishnu, Narayana outside also. Inside and outside we are offering. With that feeling in it, you are not washing your hand. Most of the people forthwith they wash your hand. It is offering with this mudra, and then water will be flowing from the between the middle finger and the ring finger. This is called Deva Tarpana. If the water flows like this, it's called Rushi Tarpana. If the water flows like this, it is called Pitru Tarpana. Just by the change of hand movement, I am changing the address on the envelope for the letter I am sending. Right? Of course, it finally reaches, it's delayed. Right? So it's not just putting water and into a plate. And also, many people I observed, they drink and then they touch the earth. இதுவே ஒரு எச்சை, அதெல்லாம் சர்வமங்கள மாங்கல்ய சிவே சர்வசாதிக்கே, இதெல்லாம் மங்களம். Why you should do that? If you feel like offering to the Guru before you drink, then what should have done is take the water and take one drop and then put it on the Bindusthana, Sri Gurubhyo Namaha, and then drink. Even in Bindusthana is the Sikha. That's where we believe that the nectar flows into if you go inside the nostril and this throat, they meet at a point, and that point is connected to this. There's a mudra called Khechari mudra. You bend the tongue and insert the tip of the tongue into the gap. It's very difficult, don't try it. Many people cut their tongue and then put it. Of course, that's called Khechari. When it touches, the drop of nectar comes from this, and one drop is enough to keep them sustained for years together without food or drink. That's how they believe that, we believe that the Rishis in Himalaya sustain without any food. It is possible. But what I mean to say is, if you want to offer, this is how you offer and everything. In the Kovil also, when they give them, you do this. Already you are etchifying this and then applying to the Bindusthana. So you don't need to do that. I'm not saying it's wrong, but this is the right thing. That is Sankalpa. And it is good to know the name of the month, the name of the Tithi, everything. As a technical expertise, if you are doing, so tomorrow you are going to become big gurus, that's my wish. Don't depend on one person. I may not be here forever. You need to become gurus and then continue this process of teaching to everybody. It's not for tarati. You need to realize yourself and make others also realize themselves. That is the purpose of life. If at all there is a purpose. There is no purpose of life. Just live, that's the purpose. But if at all, if you want to have a purpose, this knowledge should extend further and you become guru. It's not like one person and everybody prostrating to him and then if he passes the day, put a photograph. I don't believe in that. Learn, adapt, implement, experience the joy, spread it. Then the guru lives through the vidya, knowledge, not in the photograph. Right? Tomorrow you are going to become guru. Then, if you do the puja outside, then of course you may have to tell all the, Tithi, Vara, Nakshatras. But for me, for you, if you are doing on a daily basis, I personally feel that there is no necessity for all this thing. And most of the time, Adya Parmana Hadini Pradhe Vedapara Hagalpe Vaivastamandre Kali Pratham Bade Jambudive Bharadavarse Prathakande Meru, you are giving a longitude and latitude reference to the point where you are in, and then ancestral details and the Gotra and the name, and then I am doing this. I'm not saying it's wrong, it's a method, but I followed a different method which is given by my Guruji. She has created me. I don't need to give the longitude and latitude because she is inside. Srimad Simhasaneshwari Chitigna Kunda Sambhuta Chit Agni Kunda Sambhuta Chit Agni. It is inside. And she knows where I am, where she is. When I is not there, where she is. I don't need to tell. So the best way, but it's, Chanjalahi Manastatvam, I'm a human being, has some inclination to tell. Then what I said, Telugu or Tamil, Kannada, speak to her in your own language. Perfect. காசியபத கோத்திரத்துக்கு சேர்ந்த நான் சுப்பாராவை என்பது நான் என்னுடைய பேர். ஒரு சின்ன வேலையில் ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்குமா, அதை போக்கடிக்கிறதுக்காக நான் சின்ன பூஜை பண்ணுறேன், அனுகிரகம் பண்ணேன். ஏன் சங்கல்பம் இல்லையா? I had some little problem, not able to overcome that. I need your blessing. I'm doing this. That is one way. But the best way is me named Sudarshan, belonging to Kasyapa Gotra or Vasishta Gotra. For your pleasure, I am doing this puja. I am not having any other intention. Lalita Parameshwari Prityartham Pujam Karishya. I know that when you are pleased, I get everything. I don't need to ask. If I ask something, I get only something. If I make you That's why many people ask me what is the fees for this class. I said, if I ask a fees, I get only that fees. I demand more than that. I want you to practice this on a daily basis. I want you to spread this to at least 10 people whom you know. Teach. And that is the dakshina. I know that whenever they do the puja, I get the commission, 10%, right? The punya. And then, so, you tell that I am doing the puja for your pleasure. After doing all the puja, at the end of the puja, etat puja sarvam, appo vandu unga file munnadi veikkum. This is my file. Can you please sign on this? My request, my application. That's a better way. When I come to your house, I came not with any love or anything like that. I came only for this purpose. Can you give me $1,000 or 1,000 rupees? That's odd. I say, hi Sudarshan, how are you? I love you so much. I wanted to see you. I came only for that. Honestly, that is the purpose. When he is very happy and then say, Sudarshan, one more thing, I need a small help from you. Oh, whatever you want, I will give you. Because he is very happy. And that is how you do the puja. Any puja, please don't put your desire in front. Even in Satyanarayana Vrata, I think you know Satyanarayana Puja. Narada goes to Vishnu and then he praises. You are beyond thoughts, you are beyond words, you are beyond deeds. Your Vishnu is waiting. You are beyond all the character, Nirguna Tattva. But out of grace, out of compassion on the human being, you took a form and you took some character, Sagunatma. Your very existence is for helping the people. Vishnu is waiting. Nowhere the desire is put before the prayer. Then Vishnu will ask, Narada, what is your problem? What do you want? He gives a blank check. Whatever you want, I will fulfill that desire. He did not understand the technique of worship from Narada, who has written Narada Bhakti Sutra, Sevanam, Kirtanam, Vandanam, Archanam, all the 9 Veda, Namaveda, Bhakti Margas he has given to us. And he teaches how you need to worship God. He never put until Vishnu himself asked, what is here? Wait, you need to have patience. Whatever you think, it's already materialized, that's why you are thinking. Many of us, we feel thinking is first, materialization is next. But in fact, materialization is first and thinking comes afterward. Because it's going to materialize only, you are thinking. That's the truth. But the thought and the result are together. Shiva Shakti. There is only one. Word and meaning are together. The seer and the seen are together. Birth and death are together. There is only one always. Truth and untruth is always together. So, the jiva, because the influence of Maya comes in between this thought and result and separates them by way of karma. He thinks, because I had a thought, I need to do something to achieve in reality the fruits of the thought, the actual result. That's why in Bhagavad Gita he says, don't even expect, think of the result. You do your karma. Why you do the karma? Because you are driven by Maya for that. That's okay. But if you do the karma expecting the result always, then the more you expect, it widens. Right? Do you agree for that?
Yes, yes.
So, Sankalpam, just surrender. When you say, let this disease be cured, you are rejecting the disease. Disease is also a prasadam. Losing a job is also a prasadam. When you lose your job, think that I have so much time to worship you. I am very happy. Now I'm going to, from the beginning, morning to evening, the Amma will be done. Oh my God, this fellow is going to become a saint and I need to give him Sivasayam. Okay, better give him an IBM job. Okay, get 4 o'clock laptop, 10 o'clock coming back home. Ma, I don't have time. That's what I want. Maya. I'm not saying leave everything and go away. But accept what is coming. Your focus should be right on the target. I need you. She gives this, take it. But I need you. If she gives something else, take it. Don't reject it. And I need you. Until you achieve what you want, keep on accepting, but this is the one. Don't get satisfied with what. Or don't ask for something else. Right? So that is the sankalpa. And then when you are doing your puja, holding the spoon is also with the mrigamudra. Like this. Abhishekam. Like this. What happens is, Lalita, the name itself is softness. Lalita. Lalita Sangeetam. Light music. Lalita Sangeetam. Her grace is explained very well in Lalita Sahasranam. Marali Mandagamana Mahalavanya Sevadi. Marali is female swan. The swan itself walks nicely. Then think of the female swan. Particularly ladies, Srividya Upasikas. There are certain, I'm going to drift a little bit away from the 16 Pujara. If you are doing your Upasana, it will be nice if you follow certain principles in the beginning of your Upasana. If you can write down, number 1, get up before the sunrise. And do the japam on the bed facing the north. Did you do that?
We did today. I wanted to tell you.
Okay. Do the japam. And then from tomorrow itself you can do that. And then when you go to shower, take a handful of water and face any direction, it is immaterial. Offer the argyam to Surya, the life force, the pranashakti inside you. The Surya outside is no different than the Surya inside, which is pranashakti. Sapta Suramarudam Pratindam Kasyapatmadam. You know that. Sveta Patmadharam Devantam Suryam Pranamamyam Ekachakaratam. Saptashvaratha, he has got his Ratham, his chariot got 7 horses. What is the chariot? This is the chariot. This body is the Ratham. And what are the Saptashva? 7 elements in our body. Blood, bone marrow, flesh, cerebral fluid, sperm and skin. These are formed when we are a baby in our mother's womb, one after another. And the one who is forming that is Surya. That is why they say in the lunar or solar eclipse, the pregnant woman should not move this and that. And those are being formed. So the very existence is caused by Surya. Don't you think it's our minimum ethical duty to get up before he comes and offer some argyam to him? Please. So it starts from there now. From tomorrow, the Sri Vidya Upasana starts. Getting up early, you can sleep afterwards, I don't mind. But get up. Do this. Take a bath, take a shower, and all these things. Do the puja and sleep afterwards, I don't care. But get up and then say, the actual mantra is Ram Hrim Rum Saha Martanda Bhairamaya Prakashik Zaidaya Swaha. Aim Hrim Hrim Ram Hrim Rum Saha Martanda Bhairamaya Prakashik Zaidaya Swaha. Aim Hrim Hrim Ram Hrim Rum Saha Martanda Bhairamaya Prakasha Shakti Zaidaya Swaha. That's a mantra. It's in the book. I want you to search for that and find it by yourself. Right? But from tomorrow, you won't know this. So, for tomorrow, Hram Suryaya Namaha, Hrim Suryaya Namaha, Hrum Suryaya Namaha, Hram, Hrim, Hrum. These are the Shakti for Surya. Hram is Pratas Sandhya, which is also called Usha. Hrim is Madhyahinika Sandhya, which is called Padmini. Hrum is Sayam Sandhya, which is called Chaya. We love all the husband and wife relationship. That's why Usha Padmini Chaya Sandhya Samedatsya Surya Narayana Parabrahmane Namaha. But actual Bijakshara, Ram, Hrim, Rum, Saha with Martanda Bhairavaya Prakash Shakti Zaitaya Swaha. That life force, that prana shakti which is making me do all these actions starting from now. Then my day starts, I get a new day. Bonus for me. Every day is a bonus for me. Now I'm going to start. And that force which makes me do all these things, I worship that. Go. Ram Suryaya Namaha, Hrim Suryaya Namaha, Hrum Suryaya Namaha. You can do that, right? Free time, you put it in the bucket or the bathtub, wherever, that's fine. You're just thinking. Where is your awareness when you are saying Ram, Hrim, Hrum? Ram Suryaya Namaha. The knowledge I am receiving through my faith, which is a business center for me. All the communications are being done by this face. Seeing, listening, smelling, speaking, touch, everything is happening because of this face. So, I receive the knowledge. I experience the knowledge. The one who makes me experience the knowledge is Hrim. Ram, Hrim. Hrim is incidentally Mahalakshmi Bijam. Hrilleka Bijam. Hrim Mahalakshmi Namaha. That's a Mahalakshmi mantra. Lakshmi. What is Lakshmi? Not money. The auspicious experience of everything in your life is Lakshmi. I receive the knowledge. If that knowledge is coming to me and I am experiencing without analysis, I would have been a saint. But unfortunately, this has come in between the brain. And it analyzes and separates, this is good, this is bad, this is for you, this is not for you, this is all these things. There is a contaminated knowledge I am experiencing. That's why my life is like a sine curve, up and down and up and down. When I am up, I forget everything. I go around and have vacations, birthday parties. When I am down, Vibhuti and all these pradakshinas and pujas and vrata. That's how I am driven. My life is a dial-up network. Whenever I need, I dial to the God. I need a file, so dial up. Ours should be a broadband network, continuous connection, not dial up. Whenever there is a need, you go to a temple. Whenever there is a necessity, you do a puja. No. You should thank her for the life which has been given to you. So, this is an experience. After experiencing, the renunciation is also a technique. I need to leave the experience. So, now you have the class here. Okay, very good energy. But if I go home and keep on thinking about the class, how good that energy is, how nice the people are. Then when I look at my wife, oh my God, I am going to compare them with ordinary family life will be not so palatable for me. So I need to leave this here. I go home fresh. My life is fresh there. It's a renunciation. That's why in Isavasyopanishad there is a word, Tena Taktera Bundhidam Agrada Kaspa Siddhanam. You should enjoy the life like you are in a service apartment. Service apartment, the TV is there, the sofa is there, the almirah is there, everything is there. Nothing belongs to you. But still you enjoy. When you know that nothing is nothing you own, you enjoy it more. Did you observe that?
Yeah.
When you know that sofa is not yours, you will just sit like this. Because you don't care whether the sofa is spoiled or not. But when it's your sofa, you will just sit like this. And when it's your remote, you just press the buttons like this. When others' remote, taka 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 taka, you press. When it's not yours, you enjoy more. Enjoy the life, but remember, it's not yours. Nothing belongs to you. So all the Upanishads also going the same way. So the renunciation. Renunciation doesn't mean that leaving everything and leaving your family and going to Himalayas and sit like that. Or even though you want to wear a nice shirt like this, hero shirt, but you suppress the feeling and wear a horrible vesti like this and then come before and pose. But inside, I'm looking at the shirt, how I wish I wear the shirt. And that's not renunciation. Renunciation is giving that much value to those things as it is required for that. దేనికి ఎంత ప్రాముఖ్యత ఇవ్వాలో అంతే ఇవ్వడమే సన్యాసం. Life, family, they have certain value. And that only, you don't cross that and get into moham, passion. Love is different, passion is different. Then you can enjoy the unconditional love. When the love becomes passion, then it becomes condition. You have to look at me only. Don't look at nobody. You cannot call. Whom you are calling? What is that number? Is it a lady's number? Then I am going to check that. All this is passion. Wherever you are, I wish you are happy. Even if you don't come from the office and on time, I'm okay. At least you come now, 11:30. Fine. If you do that, most of the families will be peaceful. What you do? That fellow will be going and doing something else. He comes home at 11:30, knocks the door. Ipo varde, now you remember my house? And then exactly opposite to the experience where he has got outside, she is giving. Again, he will be driven to that. So, worsening the situation. I have got only two suggestions. Accept, quit. If you have got guts to quit the married life, quit it. Or accept. But don't live in the married life murmuring and uttering something. Oh my God, what a life it is. I have to bear this. No, that's not life. Accept wholeheartedly. This is the life given by Amma to me. This is the husband. This is the wife. This is the family. I need to. It's like a question paper in a chemistry lab. All the question papers will be upside down. You are the one who picked the experiment. You cannot blame the invigilator for getting a hard experiment. You cannot complain. You need to finish the experiment, get out of the lab and pass the examination. If you keep on complaining, again come to this examination. Again, janma, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. The outside is the tool. All these people around you are the tools to repair this machine which is rotten with after janma after janma after janma. I need to utilize the tools to correct myself rather than this machine is trying to correct the tools. That's where the problem is. Outside is perfect. If something has to change, it has to change here. If you have that principle, that is perfect. You cannot, right? So that quality, the hroom, chaya is gone. Right? Haram Suryanamaha, Hreem Suryanamaha, Hroom Suryanamaha. Okay, don't start it yet. Then take the third, I think fourth or third. Fourth is offering Argham to the Surya is the third, right?
Third.
Now fourth is worshipping your body. You don't take bath immediately. Take another handful of water. Aim Saraswati Namaha. I am worshipping the Saraswati in my face. Hreem Mahalakshmi. Aim Mahasaraswati Namaha. Hreem Mahalakshmi Namaha. Sreem Mahagauriye Namaha. It's not mundane body anymore. My face is Mahasaraswati. My chest portion is Mahalakshmi, my lower abdomen, the lower portion is Mahagauri. Summing up, Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Savishti Surupini, Sri Lalita Ambikaye Namaha, Vajimam Lakshma. Right? Tomorrow you have that bath and let me know tomorrow evening how it is. After that, okay, done. After that you take and you keep yourself in a joyous mood while you are taking the shower. No tension.
So what is the last line that you said from Lalita?
Sreem Maha
Last line.
Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Savishti Surupini, Sri Lalita Ambikaye Namaha Pahimam Rakshama. And then your bath starts. My preference is, I recite always Sri Suktam while taking shower. Om Sri Hiranyavarnam Haridim Savarnadasam, if you know that. How many people know Sri Suktam?
Book.
You can have an iPad and okay. Now, best thing is learn, but in the meantime, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Right? Enjoy with the mantra. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. If you are fond of Shiva party, if you are belonging to Shiva party or Vishnu party, no, two parties are there, no? So, whatever it is, okay, always puja, always mantras. I am fed up, Guruji. Even in the bathroom, you are asking me to recite mantra. Fine. Sing any song. Any nice song. What song you like? Film song. Anything. But you need to keep yourself happy. What happens is, when you sing, when you recite the Suktam, again, as I told you, the combination of the syllables produces sound. The sound is absorbed by the water droplets, and then when they go and to the pores of your skin, they go inside and cleans the inside of your body. If you do the shower with tension, oh my God, it's already late. I told her to wake me up, but she didn't wake me up. With all these feelings you do, again the stress will be multiplied and then caught by the droplets, again it will go. That's why you are getting more and more. I'm not saying I don't have stress. I do have stress. But at least in the bath time, that's my time, my free time. I enjoy. I sing songs also. Because you don't care, nobody is there. Even if it is Apaswaram Raga, you can sing Shruti Malika, Raga Malika, Shruti Malika. Right? Okay, that is the bath. 3, 4. Then the fifth one is this is, again, as I told you, it doesn't go as per any syllabus, my class. Here comes anger management. There are 3 levels of anger. One is getting anger on the family members quite too often, but you forget it immediately. That's a junior level anger. I'll tell you all the 3 levels and you need to raise your hand honestly and tell me which level you belong to. Second level, middle level. Getting anger on the family members quite often, and that anger is within you for a substantial time, like a week or sometimes a month. And you put a coffee glass like this without looking at him. Right? Sometimes when you are angry on your husband, you put, and that fellow takes like this. That's the middle level anger. Senior level, high level anger is when you get anger almost quite often, not only on the family members but also on the people outside, and always keep it inside you. Never forget. Whenever you see that person, your anger will come. You will be, oh, that fellow is very bad. Many people say, don't talk to that fellow, he's very bad, you know. That kind of level of anger is senior. Now tell me, how many people belong to the senior level anger? Good. How many of you belong to middle level anger?
Sir, once upon a time I belonged to middle level. So 3 years back.
How many of you belong to junior level anger? Give these 3 people a big hand. They don't have anger at all.
No, all three. Yeah.
All 3, you don't have anger at all?
No, all three I have.
How
Often time.
That's a clever way of putting. You need to select how often you have. Anyhow, junior level anger, this is a wonderful thing, wonderful exercise which will help you to reduce your junior level anger. So immediately after taking shower or bath, after you get dressed up, you go to a mirror and smile into the mirror. Can everybody give me a beautiful smile? Okay. Okay. Now everybody looks very great. Smile improves your face value, right? Look at that picture for 15 seconds or so. Immediately think of a person whom you don't like, normally the partner in the house probably, or any incident which you had a recent big fight, or if you don't remember anything, put a grumpy face. Can you all show me your angry face now? You cannot. I told you yesterday, anger doesn't belong to you, right? It is brought from somewhere. So, but itself, put a grumpy face in there. Think of that and spend more time, any minute, and your face will be the ugliest on the earth. Right? When you have anger, all the nostrils will become big, the eyes will become big, you will forget that you are a human being. That kind of anger. That's all you need to do. That's all. The exercise is over. What happens is the mind takes a snapshot pictures of these two and keeps it in storage. Whenever you get angry, you say, hey Asha, you are going to look like this. It will bring the picture before you. Unconsciously. Trust me, the anger level will come down gradually and very rapidly also sometimes. And within 90 days, I am sure your anger level will be substantially reduced. Guaranteed. It's a time-tested exercise. Will you be able to do from tomorrow? Right?
Yes, sir.
That's the 5th one, right?
Yeah.
Sir, what about the other 2 levels? What about the other 2 levels?
Why you are bothered about the other 2 when you don't belong to them?
No, I was just asking for.
Others sake.
There is no others. Rama will send me to them. But I will tell in the class, when it comes to Navavarna Puja, maybe tomorrow I may tell about the senior level anger. Middle level anger also I will tell tomorrow. I don't know when it comes. But I will tell within these 5 days. Today actually my original thought was to teach you Homa and Tapa. I hope I will be able to teach that, but let me see. Okay? So, this is the one. Now you finish your bath, you finish your anger exercise. Before taking next, what 2 is more important. For the past 32 years, I never missed my book. Even when I was working in Johnson & Johnson, USA and New Zealand, I used to wear this. Initially, they used to make fun of me. Hey Zuba, you got blood between the eyebrows. I said, it's not blood. We take turmeric powder tinted with red color. We place it between these fingers and then we pray to the God, and then the energy is transferred to the power powder, and then we put it in the thought center to prevent any negative thoughts coming to us. That's why Indian IT people are very intelligent. The next question they ask is, can we buy something from you? They were trained. And whenever I just something goes away, they used to remind me, hey Zuba, you didn't pray today? There's something missing here. Never miss this. At least in your house. It's best, even when you go to the work, if you have it, it's best. But at least in your house, red color.
It's
Now,
not this, it's powder.
red and then turmeric powder. The kumkum. Because sticker, it's okay. But red color kumkum has got its own effect, antiseptic effect, everything. It's auspicious. It represents Lakshmi. This thing. So try to, I'm not very orthodox or anything like that, but sometimes I feel, because it has done a lot of good to me in sharing this. It's not compulsory that if you don't wear this bottu, you will be, your future will be better. I'm not telling you that. Better to wear this. Then, the next step you need to take care is, whenever you are offered a food, irrespective of your caste, irrespective of your gender, irrespective of the place, whether it's a home or a hotel, do a uposana. Like, take water, sprinkle around the plate, reciting any mantra you like. Preferably Gayatri Mantra. How many people don't know Gayatri Mantra? How many people know Gayatri Mantra? Good. So, Gayatri Mantra, anybody can recite. Ladies also can recite. There is a misnomer that ladies should not recite Gayatri. Gayatri herself is lady. And the ladies club people should not tell the name of the ladies club president. That doesn't make sense for me. Right? Upasana is different. Gayatri Upasana, that's entirely different. So you can tell the Gayatri Mantra. What happened? Why you need to ask me why I should do this. When I was in Texas, I did some puja, and suddenly the energy level was so high that I called the host and I asked her to sit before me. I want to tell you something. I need to talk to someone now. So much energy. Then I started to talk something which I am going to tell now. And at the end, she stopped me and said, Guruji, did you read this book? And there was a book on the table, Aghora, by some person. And she opened the page, exactly word by word what I told was in that book. I never read the book. What it occurred to me on that day, as a Brahmin, I used to do it. But I never realized that this much importance is there. I did it because my ancestors did it. Every grain of rice you are eating, if it is sown in a soil, which it carries a karma along with that. Every touch, every look, every speech, everything has got karma. A transfer of karma happens. That's why whenever you meet anyone, it's better to say, Srimatre Namaha, and then start your conversation. All the karmas are nullified. Because apavitra pavitro va sarvavasthan gato va yat gato piva yasmare pundarikaksham sabahya abhyantar suchihi. You are protected when you tell the name of, refer the name of God. So tomorrow when you meet some Srimatre Namaha, Jai Gurudev, Om Sri Sai Ram, whatever name, whatever convenient for you and comfortable for you. Don't say Jai Anjaneya. People will be scared. Srimatre Namaha. And then we talk. At the end also, close the conversation with Srimatre. That's all you've got. Because during the conversation you may touch, you may, the effect of the conversation will be on you. So you are protected. This is a mudra. Hi. It's not pleasant life. It's a mudra. Namaskaram is a mudra. Positive and positive joined together, short circuit. It creates an aura, circle around you which protects you. Right? Mudra. I'm going to tell Anganyasa, Karanyasa also why you need to do that. So, while eating, if that grain is sown in a soil which might have been a burial ground before, one grain will carry the karma of all the corpses burnt in that burial ground. A portion of that. Plus, the karma of the person who sows that seed, karma of the worker who cuts, karma of the person who drives the vehicle to the ship market yard, karma of the person who sells it, karma of the person in your house who goes to a company to earn money to buy that, karma of the CEO of the company who pays to your husband or wife, karma of the person who cooks the food, karma of the person who serves the food. One grain. And you eat trillions of grains every day. I need to protect myself. So, I thank you for this food. Thank you. Because to eat one gulp of food, you know how many things have to be done by the director behind? Who is the director behind? Mother. You should have first money. Okay, I got money. You should have availability of food. Okay, availability of food. You should have digestive capacity and you should have good health to digest the food. Okay, I do have that. Ultimately, when you are about to eat the food, all your relatives should be hale and healthy. Suppose you receive a message that one of your close relatives has passed away. Will you be able to eat the food? So every time all these 4 actions are being done by the director, don't you think that you need to say thanks to that? How much we are crossing our limits and say immediately you just take it ethical responsibility. That is upasana. So I thank. No mantra, I thank you. I always say, "Ee anna shanti varaku neeku sada krutajnani talli." I always say mantras in my own language, Telugu. I thank you, Mother, for this great food you are offering to me. That's all. Then you eat. Right? From tomorrow. And in hotels also, even all the people who touch those plates, everything, you need to protect that. Initially. After that, if you are beyond all these things, you don't need to. All the great sadhus and maharshis, everything, suddha, they are beyond, but we are not. So, anyhow, then, as I told you, keep a check on how many times you are able to remember her. How frequently. Keep an auto check. If you forget, immediately you come back to the process of remembering her. Just like you did japam immediately after getting up from the bed, before you go to the bed, do a japam or listen to a stotram in your bedroom. You can always play some stotram or Lalita Sahasranam, anything. Just listening to that, you go to sleep. What happens is, when you are sleeping, the Chamunda Shavavahana, when you are sleeping, you are almost like corpse. And Chamunda takes over. She goes round the body as Pranasakti and then collects all the memories or the leftover thoughts and multiplies and then rotates them all over you. That's why if you listen about the sickness of a person, in your dream you feel that he is gone. If you are having examination the next day, you will have a dream, the examination is already over. But you don't know where is the center, you are searching for that, the time is up. These are the normal dreams you get. Why it is happening? It's a leakage of memory. So now, because you are going to bed with Lalita Sahasranam or Vishnu Sahasranam, trust me, wherever you leave that line, same line you will get up. Try to test it. You keep on reciting and you go to bed sometime and then faintly remember where you get. Exactly almost at the same time, you get up from the bed with that. Many times, Sri Suktam, Guru Suktam. That's the time, it's your time. You cannot complain, I don't have time to sleep. You are sleeping. So that's your perfect time to do the japam. So what you do? Do the japam before going to bed. and allow the Chamunda to take the care of the rest. It works a lot. And there are certain principles to follow as a Sri Vidya Upasaka. 1. Do not commit until you are asked for. Do not come in until you are asked for. Somebody is saying, hey, I'm leaving my job. Immediately say, that is a stupid thing to do. Has he asked you? He hasn't asked you. Just listen it. Even if it is in your own family members, listen. And if they ask you, what is your opinion? Then comes the second principle. Even if you commit, see that the statement doesn't carry any emotion behind that. As a plain statement. Again,
With everyone?
with everyone. Very difficult, right? Because it's often the emotion behind the statement which hurts a person, not the statement. The best example is Pan Parag ad in my younger days. I don't think you know about that. In my days, Pan Parag ad was there. A lady comes to the fellow and says, Shadi or tumse kabhi nahi. And then she takes Pan Parag. Shadi or tumse kabhi nahi. Same statement. The first one irritates the fellow. The second one doesn't have any effect. This is the best principle. I am not saying I am following it 100%. I am trying to follow 100%. Most of the time. Even if you comment, see that the comment doesn't carry any anxiety, any frustration, any anger, even with your child. If it doesn't do your homework, either you pamper him too much or you curse him like a devil. Normally what happens if he doesn't do the homework, immediately you curse him. You don't do the homework, you will not get job. You will work in McDonald's, you will beg in the streets. You know what? All those things will happen. May not be in the life. Next life, if the Jiva is born, he will be working in a McDonald's. All the people who are working now, probably they are cursed by their mothers. Particularly mother, who is very powerful. Then the father. He is a Jiva. Your job of parent is for up to 5 years you bring them up like your own son because they don't know what to do. After that, your job is like a friend. You tell them twice. Why I said twice? Up to that moment, you have love. Your statement is pure of love. Kanna, why don't you do homework? Huh? Please. No, I will play. Do the homework, ma. Tomorrow the teacher will come and, it's not good. No, I want to play. I will not do. Do it, I say. The third time, the love is changed into frustration, then anger, and then hatred. Over a period of time, no wonder if one of the parents hates them, and there will be difference in bringing up two children. You give more to a child and less to a child. It happens not. So bringing up a child is also a upasana. Tell them twice and check whether your emotion statement carries an emotion or not. If you are very patient, 4 times, 5 times, as long as it is loud, you are fine. You are not affecting the life of the other person. You are not affecting the life of yours. But when you know that you are crossing the limit and causing frustration to you, stop. Okay, then fine. Again, there also, okay, whatever you want, you do your karma. That is not the way you go away from the scene. Okay, well, that's fine, Amma. Whatever you wish. But as a parent, you cannot control your tension. Desire that he has to study. Okay, take a break and then come after half an hour. Kanna, why don't you do the homework? Again, 4 or 5 times, still your love. Stop. Okay? Whatever you wish. Again. You are teaching him patience, which is more important for a developing like a beautiful, nice citizen, rather than physics or chemistry, which are only temporary. All these SAT marks and IIT entrance marks, is that much necessary? They are necessary, but that's not necessary. What you are saying is, you are giving them marks, you are giving them education, but you are also giving them frustration, anger. That fellow captures all these things. When he marries, he becomes a bipolar activity person. He becomes a dual personality. He shows everything. He cannot shout at you, so he showers everything on that poor lady who comes into his life. And that's why now the divorce rate is high, even in India. Because the parents are not teaching the patience to the child. Patience is more necessary. Love is more necessary for the child, not the marks alone. I'm not saying they are individual citizens. They do have a karma. I'm not asking you to stop from your responsibility, but do it with love. So, even if you come in, see that it doesn't carry any emotion. Two, right? Third one. Always see that your prayers are not preceded by your desire. It's better if they don't carry any desire, but at least you should take care that they are not preceded by the desire, but the desire first and then the prayer. That's the third one or fourth one?
Third one.
There are two more things I'll tell you later. Now, the Archana is over.
Power of positive thinking.
Yes, I will do that. Now, let's come to Homa. I wish I had a clock before me so that I will know where I am. Can anybody give their watch to me, please? It is 7:30, right? Yeah?
Yes, 7:30.
Okay. Home. Any action you do is not to please someone outside. There is no outside. Again and again I am repeating. By doing some action, you are cleansing your inner self, which is covering your reality like a veil of myth. That's why Tyagaraja sang in his song, Teratiyagarada Naloni Madamatsara Teratiyagarada. Tera means scream. Even in Navavana Puja, which you'll be learning in January, there is a mantra called Mahamaya Yavanikaya Namaha. Avanika means scream. And you'll do like Mahamaya Yavanikaya Namaha. Remove the veil of myth before me so that I can see you as myself. See you not differently.